My parents abandoned me for 7 years and now want to play pretend. When I was 11 years old and my older brother was 13, he got cancer, but no one knew before what was going on. When they went to doctor appointments, I went to grandparents' place. When they realized her sickness, I started spending more time there. At 13 years, her illness got worse, so I spent even more time with grandparents. I was there for days to a week. When I told them, they said they had to focus on him. At 15, I was basically living there. Every time I complained, they told me the same thing. We need to focus on your brother. He has passed from his illness. Now I am 18 years old. I did his funeral on Zoom too last month. My family called me yesterday. They want me to move back again. I told them I'm no longer their child since they abandoned me, and that they were only had one son who is dead now. I hanged up and I sent me a text calling me an asshole. Who doesn't understand they had to focus and I should suck it up? So I am an asshole? What do you guys think? Updated. I thank everyone who shared this opinion. So I draft a letter to my parents telling them how I feel. I told them of how they abandoned me and treated me for 6 years. They missed all my graduations and I missed my brother for all that time, and how I could spend time with him since John got sick. My grandparent is more parents than they were ever. I told them they acted as if I didn't existed and they should have no matter the sickness. They lost John last month, but I lost my family 6 years ago. I told them I won't apologize for what I said, so they didn't get back to me since I told them this. I checked myself to a therapy. They called me last Friday and asked for a dinner appointment. The conversation was long. I told them of my conditions if they want to be part of my life. They can walk away if they don't like them. I told them they are strangers to me. First is that we should go to the therapy together. 2, my grandparents are my parents and they should act as my parents. We can have a relationship but not as parents and child relation. My conditions didn't make them happy, but they accepted. We are going on a therapy next week. One day I will probably be able to forgive them, but not today. Wedding called off due to my wife's friend's behavior. My wife-to-be, Angela, is 30 and I am 32 years old. We dated for a year and a half ago and got engaged 3 months ago. We decided she move in with me. I paid mortgage and she pays bills. I wanted her to get used to before the marriage. She has her college best friend Diana, who is 29 years old. I don't like her, but tolerant enough to understand she's my wife's to be best friend. She treats me as a stranger in my own house. Her sketchy boyfriend is always with her at my home. She's very disrespectful. once took my tools from the garage with her. I found out from the camera footage in the garage. I asked Angela and she said they only borrowed them and will return them. I called them 5 days ago in a row for them to return them. One night, she was in wine cellar popping wine bottles. I asked her and she claimed Angela allowed her to. She said she was allowed to borrow them for her party and will return them soon. I asked her to leave my house, and when I asked Angela about it, she said she doesn't remember telling her to. I told her of how she makes me uncomfortable. She understood, but I get it's her friend. What frustrated me the most was when I found my golf clubs missing. I freaked out. I checked my camera footage again. She was there taking them and she had garage codes. I called my fiancée to go and get them back. She said she'll give them codes to her when she has to go to the grab some clothes. I almost called the cops, but she stopped me. They brought them back dirty a week later. I told her if I ever see her friend again, I will call the cops on her. She got upset and said it's unfair to treat her friend like a criminal. She doesn't care, or she is just used to that, but I am not. I asked her to go and spend time at her place for the change. She said since her boyfriend is always there, it makes her uncomfortable. She calls me an asshole, but I don't think I am the problem. So I came back from work to talk to my fiancée. I found her friend there and I told her to leave or I called the cops. Since at this point I knew nothing was going to change, I didn't care if she got upset. She said I don't get Diana as she does. I took the engagement ring off her. If I can trust her with my house and properties, how can I trust her as my wife? I packed her stuffs and called her parents. Apparently, Diana has been banned from Angela's parents' house since college. These behaviors has been going on a way back to my surprise. So the promises to be here this weekend to take her back home. I'm grateful for making this post. I am happily a single man.